by the Prime Ministers of Britain and Turkey has raised Nicosia's hackles, with the island's foreign minister today summoning the British High Commissioner to her office in order to express the Cyprus government's extreme displeasure. In the agreement signed by Gordon Brown and Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the occupied areas of Cyprus are clearly referred to as the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. In addition, it provides for measures aimed at ending the purported Turkish Cypriot isolation and the advancement of direct relations in all sectors between London and the Turkish Cypriots, with Britain also undertaking to support Turkish Cypriot representation at the European Parliament. As further stipulated in the document, Britain and Turkey will continue to support UN efforts towards a solution of the Cyprus issue, while they'll also work on a bilateral level within both the UN and the EU towards the advancement of direct commercial, economic, and political contacts with the Turkish Cypriots. Also provided by the agreement is the continuation of high-level contacts with the Turkish Cypriot authorities and the extending of aid to what is repeatedly referred to as the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Reactions, meanwhile, were today forthcoming from across the island's political spectrum, with the government spokesman describing the agreement as a negative development, requiring correct handling and decisive action, the calling into play of all possible diplomatic and legal means, and the re-evaluation, where needed, of long-standing policies in order to best protect Cyprus's national interests. In a written statement, Vasilis Palmas underlines that the document is characterized by a clear-cut partitionary rationale, given that the main component of its provisions is the systematic advancement of separate relations between the secessionist entity set up in the occupied areas and the rest of the world. Strong displeasure over the development was also voiced by House Speaker Dimitris Christofias, who stressed the need for the Greek Cypriot side to go on the initiative, while VC Chairman Nikos Anastasiadis described Britain's stance as totally unacceptable, noting that it aims at the upgrading of the pseudo-state. On the government front, VICO Chairman Marios Karourian said that the British government's action was audacious and unacceptable, and as going against the best interests of the Republic of Cyprus, with the REP Chairman Yanakis Omiru describing it as maddening and as encouraging the occupation regime's secessionist tendencies. On the smaller party front, Deputy European Party Chairman Nikos Koutsou described the agreement as a big warning so that people can give serious thought to how they're going to vote in the upcoming presidential elections, given that, as he said, the danger of the Annan plan being retabled is not over. An independent presidential contender, Kostas Themistokleous, stated that the agreement has shown for yet another time that foreign powers that be view developments in a different light, while Greens Deputy Yorgos Berdikis described the signing of the agreement as yet another hostile act by the British government against the Cypriot people. An answer, meanwhile, was given to Cyprus's earlier representation by the British High Commission later today, in which it's pointed out that, as written, there is nothing new in the Cyprus-related elements of the UK-Turkey strategic partnership that was signed yesterday in London. In an email addressed to the island's media and the Cyprus News Agency, and prefaced by the sentence, the British High Commissioner Peter Millett would like to make the following statement. The text sent by the BHC's second Secretary for the Press and Political Affairs, Nigel Boud, further notes, our policy on the non-recognition of the so-called TRNC is unchanged. We do not and will not recognize a separate entity in the northern part of Cyprus, nor does anything in the document reflect an attempt to upgrade the status of the North or promote partition. We are fully committed to the reunification of the island and support the UN's efforts to implement the 8 July process. At the press conference following the meeting, the Prime Minister Gordon Brown made clear the importance of seizing the opportunity for progress towards a settlement in 2008. It is only by engaging with Turkey in a constructive and strategic way that this goal can be realized. In closing, the BHC Secretary refers those interested to the British Foreign Office website for a copy of the partnership document. Repercussions from the UK-Turkey agreement also made their way to the European Parliament, with the EU Commissioner for Enlargement speaking of progress in Ankara's accession talks over the coming weeks. Addressing the Parliament's plenum, Olli Rehn referred to a possible opening of the two negotiation chapters, that of consumer protection and that of inter-European networking, even though at the same time he voiced concern over the state of human rights in Turkey and the candidate state's failure so far to normalize relations with the Republic of Cyprus. Commissioner Wren further made it clear that Turkey must proceed with the necessary steps in order to normalize relations with the Republic, complying with its obligations to open her ports and airports to traffic from the island. The Euro parliamentary debate was held given the November 6th publicization of the Turkey's accession negotiations progress report.